From Washington, this is VOA News. A huge turnout in Afghanistan's election. France bows out of the 20th anniversary genocide ceremony in Rwanda. I'm Vincent Bruce, reporting from Washington. Afghanistan's polling stations closed Saturday after what election officials called a successful turnout of voters casting their ballots for a new Afghan president. As Sharon Behn reports from Kabul, many voters defied repeated threats by the Taliban.
The moment that everyone was dreading never happened. Despite a number of attacks, the Taliban failed to derail the presidential election, and millions of Afghans joined the process of choosing a new Afghan leader. Walking out of the polling stations under gray skies, Afghanistan's voters, men and women, young and old, proudly showed their purple ink-stained fingers, proof they had voted. The United Nations said this year's newly registered voters included 1.3 million women. When Afghanistan's roughly 6,200 polling stations finally closed late in the day, the relief in Kabul was almost palpable, and the heavy security presence on the streets began to ease. Sharon Behn, VOA News, Kabul.
France has canceled plans to attend a ceremony marking the 20th anniversary of the Rwandan genocide, following allegations by Rwanda's president that France participated in the mass killings. In an interview to be published Sunday, Rwandan President Paul Kagame told the weekly Jeune Afrique that France and Belgium played what he called a direct role in the political preparation for the 1994 genocide. French Foreign Ministry said Justice Minister Christiane Taubira, who had been due to travel to Rwanda on Monday, would no longer attend the commemoration. More details on these stories at voanews.com. A Nigerian soldier says he has witnessed incidents that suggest some of the country's military commanders are working together with Boko Haram, an Islamist militant group blamed for thousands of deaths since 2009. The soldier gave his account to VOA's Hausa service. Pam Dawkins has the story.
This soldier from a unit in northeastern Nigeria says he wants the world to know that some Nigerian army commanders are facilitating the deaths of their soldiers one by one. The soldier, who does not want to be identified, told us his unit recently walked into a Boko Haram ambush after traveling to the town of Bama to assist another Nigerian military unit. Nigerian authorities have refused repeated requests to discuss the anonymous soldier's allegations, but some analysts of the protracted conflict in northern Nigeria say the charges could have merit. Pam Dawkins, VOA News, Washington.
Tens of thousands of supporters of embattled Thai Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra rallied Saturday just outside Bangkok, part of a three-day gathering to counter months of sometimes violent anti-government protests. In their largest show of force in months, the pro-government Red Shirts said they are prepared to fight any move to oust Ms. Yingluck from office. In his weekly address Saturday, U.S. President Barack Obama said the budget he sent to Congress earlier this year is built on the idea of opportunity for all and would grow the middle class and shrink the deficits that have been cut in half since he took office.
Today, our economy is growing and our businesses are consistently generating new jobs. But decades-long trends still threaten the middle class. While those at the top are doing better than ever, too many Americans are working harder than ever, but feel like they can't get ahead.
In the Republican address, Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina said federal job training programs are too scattered, bureaucratic, and inefficient. He said Democrats should support Republican legislation to streamline the programs.
A more responsive and efficient system will ensure our workforce competes and wins in the 21st century. Less bureaucracy means more resources helping those in need rather than getting caught up in the quagmire pit of red tape and regulation that big government creates.
Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri has called on Islamist rebels in Syria to end the infighting that killed his chief representative in the civil war-torn country. Zawahiri delivered his message by audio posted online late Friday. He said sedition is to blame for the death of Abu Khaled al-Shuri. Al-Shuri, who co-founded Syrian rebel group Al-Rar al-Sham, part of the powerful Islamic Front, was killed in February in a suicide attack. Israel's chief negotiator, Tzipi Livni, has said that peace talks with the Palestinians should continue. Although it is difficult, she says, the talks should continue. I'm Vincent Bruce, VOA News.